On today's show, a robot fights fires aboard a Navy ship.
BitTorrent has decided to make original content. BitTorrent, of all people.
BitTorrent. And an air conditioner that follows you around a room. Kind of like those paintings at the Haunted Mansion. They're watching you, Kale. It's Tomorrow Daily. Greetings, citizens of the internet. Welcome to Tomorrow Daily, the best geek talk show in the known universe. I'm your co-host, Ashley Sketha. Join me as always, Punch in the Sky, Kale Anonymous.
What's up? What is it, Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
I don't know.
we mentioned we're actually pre-taping this show last Thursday.
Yeah.
I guess if you're watching this on Tuesday, because my dog is having surgery or has already had surgery if you're watching it on Tuesday.
Yeah, so what's up, future people?
So, hey, future.
How's your dog feeling?
I'm hoping she hasn't died at this point, but
don't go into
she's
negativity.
Great. Things went perfect. She's resting in a cone comfortably at the house, and I'm watching her and also here at the same time, which is really bizarre.
Very cool.
We're going to have some really awesome guest hosts coming in this week and then also a little bit next week.
One of them is Joss Whedon, right?
Yeah, okay. Joss Whedon, and we also have Robert Downey Jr. is going to come in.
We're going to show all of Avengers 2, so it's going to be good.
Yeah, we're going to run Age of Ultron just for you guys on the show. We're not going to do that.
Cool.
But you know what we are going to do? We are going to hit the headlines.
Thank God.
All right, so there's a robot. It's fighting fire. It's a firefighting robot. This is crazy. I saw this video and I was just like, whoa, this is madness. This is called Saffir, S-A-F-F-I-R, Shipboard Autonomous Firefighting Robot. That's what it's short for. It's developed by Virginia Polytechnic Institute and Virginia Tech. They work together. They designed it to be, and this is kind of cool, part of the firefighting equipment on ships. So this robot is like designed at some point, they want it to be part of the equipment on a ship for fighting fires. Like activate the robot. That's what you say. There's like a fire on the ship, you're like, get the robot. Like that's, instead of the fire extinguisher, like activate the robot. Super weird. So he's pretty tall. He's 5'10". He's about 5'10".
Oh, cool.
And he weighs about 140 pounds. So he's actually like the size and weight of a person, which is pretty awesome. You see him right here in this video. He's got a hose, and he's going to come and he's going to fight this fire that's happening.
He moves so slow.
He does move a little bit slow, and fires don't exactly move that slow. So here's sort of the long-term goal of this project. I'll explain. So this has been a 4-year project just to make that robot. He can walk autonomously and grab a hose. So that's at least one thing he can do alone.
Okay.
But he does need the help of an instruction from a human operator. So someone else would be controlling this robot away from the fire so that it was not dangerous, but the robot would then go and fight the fire. So here's what it looks like. I'll tell you what's on there. So he has dual cameras on board.
Cool.
He has 2 cameras. He's got laser sensors for distance measuring to know like how far away he is from a fire, from walls, things like that. He's also got thermal cameras, of course, to detect where there might be fire. So that's how he decides, like, oh, there's a fire over here. Like, I know where I'm going because here on my thermal camera, there you see right there.
Oh, nice.
There's the fire. It's 99% sure that that's a fire. So in the future, they want to do a couple things with these robots. And so, again, we like to talk about goals here on the show. So the goal of this robot
what's the goal?
They want these robots, Saffir, to be able to be on all Navy ships and act as firefighting equipment, which is really cool. But the other part of that is they want them to be smarter, obviously, over time, and have better battery usage over time, better battery. But the other thing they want to do is they want to make other robots similar to this robot that detect things like corrosion and leaking in ships.
Oh, that would be great, yeah.
Which is really smart. And so, and also one of the big things with this robot is the goal is that sailors are not being put in danger if there's a fire on board. They send in this robot. It's much less dangerous.
They're in danger enough already.
Exactly, being in the middle of the ocean. So that
I just mean being in the Navy and having to be under fire.
That does seem like a thing. And in danger of each other because they're in tight quarters. You just like probably go a little cabin fever.
What's that supposed to mean? Anyway,
but there he is. Like, look, he's putting out that fire right there, and it's pretty awesome that they can do that, and that there's a robot that can live on a ship. Like that's pretty great. So that's Safer, the firefighting robot who works for the Navy.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice. Way to enlist robots.
Yeah, robots
Forcibly
enlisting now. Like, that's crazy.
Well, that's cool. Another rescue robot.
Well, kind of. It's like, it's a detection, kind of rescuing, safety sort of thing. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty good. I dig it.
Yeah.
All right, now, okay, let's talk about BitTorrent, because this story is crazy to me.
Okay.
But I think that you, of all people, Kale is really into like the business of internet original content, so I have a feeling you're going to have some really great insight into this.
If this goes off like BitTorrent wants it to be, this is going to be really good. Like in comparison to a lot of the other digital original content that's being made. So right off the bat, BitTorrent is hoping to make original series. They're partnering with Rapid Eye Studios to make content. The first run of the content of the platform will so basically the content is going to run on BitTorrent for 30 to 60 days.
Okay, it's an exclusive. Got it. Okay.
And then it'll move elsewhere.
Okay.
So what's crazy about this is they're hoping for a 90-10 split in the revenue, with the 90% going to the creator.
Okay. Wow.
Which is like
That's quite
almost
a lot.
So there's a lot of reason to gravitate and put your content and make it with Rapid Eye and BitTorrent.
Okay.
So also BitTorrent is bragging and saying that they have a larger audience. They're saying that they can reach more people than Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, and Hulu combined.
Oh, combined. Okay.
So not only
that's a huge user base.
Come to us, we have a bigger audience than all three of those jerks. This is what they're saying. And also, you get more money. So it's like.
And we pay you like this.
So
we man make it rain.
There's going to be free and premium versions of the original content. So,
okay. Wow, that's interesting.
So I mean, this sounds really cool. Like I don't have a date of that they plan to launch.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll announce all that stuff.
But that's pretty cool.
This seems like
BitTorrent of all places. I guess they're trying to add some stability to what they're doing.
Well, I'm sure that like the torrent business is getting a little harder to be in.
It is shaky, to say the least.
I would imagine this is kind of a good move on it. But this seems like a run at YouTube, because there's been so many YouTube creators really dissatisfied with the revenue share that they're getting. And so this feels like a really big, like, okay, let's make a run at YouTubers.
Well, a lot of people are just getting frustrated with the YouTube platform in general, because it's really hard to just make a splash on YouTube.
Right.
And also, you have to fully fund it yourself and then hope that you make revenue somehow. Because it's nickels and dimes.
And this is BitTorrent giving money to creators to make whatever they need to make and then get 90-10 revenue.
Yeah, I've said it time and time again. This is the next step for people that actually want to put some work and time and have a dream and stuff like that into this newer digital media content.
Super
because
interesting.
you want to make this higher level content, but all the people playing video games and
the cats playing the
vlogging and
keyboards.
stuff like that are going to get way more views than you, because they can do routine content and quick turnover. So
that's interesting.
I know, and it's definitely great that there's another challenger entering the arena.
That's very true. More competition just means better stuff for you and me and everybody watching. So I always like that.
Yeah, BitTorrent.
That is pretty delightful.
Yeah, it's just a fun one.
Yeah, I like that. So the hashtag of the day today is TDTorrent. And the question is,
what is your favorite illegal download that you've done?
No. Although it could have been. The question of the day is, what kind of content do you want to see BitTorrent make? Like, do you want them to do sort of the Netflix route of, let's make dramatic, like high budget stuff like House of Cards, Orange is the New Black, like maybe bring back some other canceled show like Arrested Development? Or do you want to maybe see them go an indie route and really kind of find these sort of unknown, up and coming makers who are kind of that community? Like, should they foster that, or should they go with like high end content?
They're probably going to have to gravitate towards the indie stuff. Because right out of the gate, it looks like you're making the content-ish, and you're not going to be able to get IPs. I mean, that's why Netflix and Amazon are able to get that, is because they already have the revenue.
The clout and the revenue.
Yeah, I would like to see them be able to take make a Fallout series, or make like a BioShock series, or some sort of like a fun IP that people are like, there could be so much more.
There's so much potential there. I was going to say, what's the one thing that no one else is doing like Netflix, Amazon Prime? And that seems like one of the things that not really we're seeing. I know we saw Xbox, we saw Microsoft Studios do that. Halo, Nightfall.
Think about it.
That was really cool.
If
I
you
think
had
we could
all
do
that
more.
stuff in one place and like there was like it
You
was
knew you
all
could
this
go
fan
there.
type content, it would be a really
Pretty
great
good.
launch for BitTorrent too, because people are already, this is already stuff they have in their brain, and they'd be like, oh
Right.
yeah, I want to see that. I'll go to BitTorrent.
So true.
Yeah,
So
no,
true.
that's what I want. What about you?
I would say I would like to see them fostering content. I do agree that it needs to be indie. And I would like to see them fostering content and maybe doing things like, do you remember Project Greenlight on HBO?
Yeah.
I'd like to see them do some sort of thing like that where they can get viewers involved in choosing the kind of content, like Amazon does
Like
their pilot
Amazon,
season,
yeah.
right? I'd like to see them do stuff like that with really young creators. So
Yeah.
like they even said their demographic is like 14 to 25.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
I'd like to see that's their main demographic at BitTorrent. I'd like to see them taking kids like 14 to 16 years old. Like, what can you do? What's your ideas? Like, how can we make this into a series? And
That'd be really hopeful, yeah. And they'd get some of the revenue and hopefully make more content.
right, exactly.
Oh.
And also, like, I feel like that age group is thinking of things that people our age are just not thinking of because
Yeah,
it's just they have so much imagination.
Yeah,
and
we've lost it.
we've lost a little bit of that magic that you have when you're that age, and I feel like that's a really big opportunity for BitTorrent, and
Yeah.
it would be a waste if they didn't take advantage of
I'm
it.
definitely keeping my eye on BitTorrent.
gonna
This
be
is
interesting.
definitely going to be a really interesting one.
Yeah, really
Like
interesting.
I am just like, maybe if I have an idea in my noodle, I want 90% of the revenue.
yeah,
for it.
exactly. If you want 90% of your revenue, go
It's
talk to
super
them first.
attractive to anybody making
Any
stuff
creator,
anyway.
any creator.
All right, cool.
Okay, let's talk about smart air conditioning because I thought this was pretty cool. No pun intended. Cooling. I didn't actually do that on purpose. I
I
promise.
know, but it was a
It
good
was
mistake.
awful.
You shouldn't have put it out.
So MIT has this lab, and it's called Sensible City Lab, and they do all kinds of weird stuff in there surrounding like how to make places more efficient, energy-wise, water-wise, all this stuff. So they paired up with this Italian architect named Carlo Rotti to create this weird ceiling installation. So that's what we're seeing on the screen right now. You see these? They almost look like pistons hanging from the sky. Okay?
Yeah.
And they have LED lights in them, and you can see there's some sort of like mist coming out, and it looks like they're basically trying to knock people out, like in a superhero movie, where they're like, "I've got you now, and I'm gonna knock you out."
Yeah, all right.
But actually, what it is all of these installations, these pieces work together, and they sense when a person is under them, and they spray a cooling mist onto them. So as you're walking through, it only sprays where it should be, like where you are. So it follows you around a room and sprays you and keeps you cool. Now, here's why, because that seems really weird
Yeah.
and it seems kind of dumb.
It is.
Now, the
Not the dumb
place
part.
that they unveiled this in is Dubai.
Oh.
And Dubai is a place that is extremely difficult to keep cool during the summer, which it can get very, very hot there, especially outside. So, and you also are wasting a lot of water if all of these were on at the same time.
Yeah.
So if all of these were on at the same time, you're wasting quite a bit of water. And in places like Dubai, probably not the best idea ever to waste water. It's
Oh,
because
so
it's
this
a desert.
is a solution to a problem then. Okay.
Totally a solution to a problem. So they said, it's so hot and it's so water intensive to use a traditional air conditioning system anywhere. Like, why don't we just individually cool people as opposed to a space? And so this is what they're kind of doing. So the mist cools the air as it sprays out. So the mist comes out, it starts cooling the air around you, but it also cools you down. And so it saves energy and water compared to traditional AC. And they unveiled it at the Museum of Future Government Services during a UAE summit last week.
All right.
Which is, and this is the other thing I like about this architect is that apparently before this, he had come up with this heating system that actually, and this sounds insane, infrared beams that follow you through the walls and keep you warm. So basically it's like a heat beam, like through a wall, like following you through a building, and that's how it keeps you warm. Like, that's the heating system.
This guy is scary.
It's like really, it's intense a little bit, but I kind of like his ambition, and
Yeah.
he's got some really cool, like futuristic kind of weird ideas. But I really like this, and I thought that was so
follows
fun.
you around. It'd be really helpful if you're like carrying around a dolphin too, like keep him wet.
Keep them wet, yeah. Well, just in case there's a beach dolphin in Dubai, which I mean we see that a lot. So, or a beach like a seal or something that you just need to keep moist. You just walk it under. Just like, help, please.
That's cool.
But yeah, just really interesting. I just thought that was really fun. And also, this architect just has like wacky ideas about, heating and cooling and other stuff too. And he also did that robot bartender on I don't know if it's the cruise ship one, but like he also has a mixing, like a bartender sort of esque.
Wow, this guy's awesome.
So he's like really into futuristic design. But anyway,
good for him.
That's it for our headlines. We will be right back. We have new releases because it's Tuesday, and then we also have, instead of user feedback, we're going to do iTunes reviews, and of course, a phone talker for the day. So don't click away. It's Tomorrow Daily. Welcome back to the show. We've returned. It is now officially time, because it's Tuesday, to talk about all the cool stuff that's coming out this week that you can get your hands on if you're so inclined. So this is new releases. All right, first up, highly anticipated PlayStation 4 game, The Order 1886.
Oh,
Finally,
this game looks beautiful.
it really does look really good. If you like that action adventure stuff, I mean, do you know what it's about? It's like alternate history London. Very
And
fancy.
it's like a whole secret organization fighting like these half-breeds.
Human
It looks
monsters.
really beautiful. It looks like so real.
It looks super good.
Yeah,
and,
I saw it at E3, what is it, last year? And it's incredible looking.
Can I just say, at E3, the line for this game was insane.
Yeah.
Like, I've never... Oh, actually, I take it back. I've seen lines longer than that at E3, but that line was crazy. And I would go so far as to say maybe one of the longest lines at the show last year. This was like one of the things everybody wanted to see.
I don't know. Evolve was pretty long.
Evolve was pretty long. Did you hear about everybody at like the Uprising, the Evolve Uprising? People are real mad about the DLC. Anyway.
Yeah, let's leave this moment for
Anyway,
Order
yeah, this is all
1886.
about The Order. So if you want to play The Order, it's on PlayStation 4. It is out actually today, so you can go grab it if you have a PlayStation 4 laying around.
Oh, yeah.
If
Let us know
not,
what you think.
go pick up a PlayStation 4 and then get The Order. Don't do it the other way around because that would be weird.
We're not sponsored by PlayStation.
No. And then also coming out later this week, Kale's favorite game of all time, I'm guessing, just in advance.
Already?
Kirby
Yeah.
and the Rainbow Curse.
Yay, Kirby!
Kale's
Kirby.
fighter
I like
in
Kirby.
Kale's fighter in Smash Brothers is Dedede.
King Dedede, yep.
That's Kale's jam.
King of Dreamland.
So he's all about Kirby.
Yeah.
And
this
this
one's
looks-
just about Kirby, but it's as always, Kirby does. Kirby as a property always does some weird things. There was a
So
pinball
weird.
game. There was one where you could ride things. There was
It's
one where
always
you could yarn.
different.
And in this one, you basically lead him like on a pad, like a roller
A
coaster.
claymation rope.
And you can do multiple players too. This is like up to 4 players, and it looks once again, unique. But it's using the same characters, so it's a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun. And I heard that it's not as expensive as normal games. It's like $40.
I want
right?
to, I want to say it's not the full like
cheaper
$59.99
than-
that
yeah.
everybody's asking for games.
But if you
these
just picked
days.
up a new DS, why not try it out?
Oh,
look, you can,
amiibo!
yeah, you can use some of your amiibos, including the DDD one, which comes out on Friday.
which you are
I'm
going to be
definitely
standing in
getting,
line
yeah,
for
I can't
100%.
wait. I can't wait.
And then also coming out this week, today actually, is Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, which, I like the Dead or Alive series.
Yeah.
I'm a Battle Arena Toshinden girl, okay?
Oh, really?
Listen, that's my fight jam. Like, I really like that one. But a lot of people are excited about this because for the first time, as far as I'm aware, this is Dead or Alive 5 is going to be available on PC, which means people are going to be able to mod it.
Oh no, that's not good.
Well, yeah, so here's the thing. The developers, Team Ninja, is basically saying, like, they're really, if people do inappropriate things with modifying this game, which I'm sure they will, that they will, this is basically a test of the users, and if they can behave themselves, then maybe they'll release another game on PC. So I'm going to go ahead and guess this is the first and last Dead or Alive released on PC.
Yeah, I'm putting money on the girl on that one. She was kicking that guy's butt.
She was. But yeah, so that's out today if you want to pick that up for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 3. And then movie-wise this week, Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is coming out this Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. I love Craig Robinson. He's like one of my favorite comedians. And I thought this was really interesting. Like, basically, they had all used the original hot tub to go make themselves, like, famous and rich and all this other stuff. And then they find out things have gone horribly wrong as their famous rich selves, and they have to go back and find out like where exactly things went wrong. And so they go to fix it and like all that stuff.
Yeah, some fun time travel goofiness. So.
Yeah, some really, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Obviously a ridiculous premise, but it's a hot tub time machine. But I love that.
You know what you're getting when you go see this movie.
Exactly
So
right.
don't complain.
Exactly right. And I love that in this movie, Craig Robinson makes up the song Stay by Lisa Loeb, and that's like one of his hits.
Yeah, he rips off other musicians.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So that is your new releases. Now that we're done with that, that means it is time for your user feedback. So like I said, I lied maybe a little bit. I sit on a throne of lies today. We're not actually doing user feedback because we didn't have a hashtag of the day. But I decided to pull some of our iTunes reviews that I saw.
Oh, we never redress those.
I pulled a couple of them that I thought was delightful, and we just want to say thank you for writing these nice things about us. Manic Schizoid wrote in and said, I like the topics the hosts come up with. The discussions are more along the lines of how my friends and I would discuss news and tech. The hosts are complete geeks and proud of it. Overall, it's a happy space, and it's one of the things I try to watch as often as possible.
That's the review we hope for.
That's the review of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'm good.
That's really cool. All right.
Like,
what else you got?
Forever Zero wrote in and said, this is the best Swan show on the net. 5 stars.
Man. If you don't watch every episode, you don't get that
You
joke.
missed that joke, but I appreciate it because we were here. We definitely were here when we made that up.
But
yeah, Kale forgot. Kale forgot
already.
that joke. I'll explain it to him when it's over. But great job, Forever Zero. So that was a couple of iTunes reviews that I thought were entertaining. And then, of course, we have our very last piece of user feedback, which is our photographer of the day. Okay, so George sent in this picture, and I have to say, because my dog had surgery, it tugged at my heartstrings a little bit inadvertently, like he didn't know, but he sent in this picture of his dog and said, hello there, guys. I'm a huge fan of the show from Greece. He's in Greece. He's all the way in Europe.
I want to go to there.
He said, you are big in Europe.
No, we're not.
I don't think we are, but you know what, George, to you, we are, and that's what matters. That is all that matters to us. Here are a couple of photos taken on the iPhone 6 Plus. Love you guys. I picked this one because that dog is so cute. What's your dog's name? Let's name the dog. They never name the dog.
I'm going to go ahead and say that George is actually the dog and took the picture.
And I got it. You know what?
George
That's
is
really
actually,
good.
George is the dog and George watches the show.
We're huge in Europe amongst the dog community.
And
must
the
be
owner
it.
is also named George.
Oh,
So,
perfect.
Yeah.
Do you think this dog is Lil George or Big George?
This is definitely Big George.
Big George?
Yeah.
I agree. Big George. Your dog is adorable, Lil George. I think it's the best ever. George of Greece, G-O-G.
Wow,
I like
nicely done. Yeah.
G-O-G, George of Greece.
Hello, everyone from Greece.
Hi, Greece. You guys are cool.
Both of the people that watch, both named George.
Yeah, totally cool. So that is our photographer today. If you want to be considered for your photography, you can email it to us. Send us a little story and all that stuff. Always name your dog tomorrow@cnet.com unless you want us to name it for you. And you can also send over story ideas, tips, tricks, whatever. Send us anything. We love your emails. And then also, if you want to find us on social media, you can find us on Snapchat, Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all Tomorrow Daily. And we're also on Google Plus at Tomorrow Daily TV.
Yeah, and if you leave a rate and review on iTunes now, we'll potentially read it.
Might read it on the show.
Yeah,
I'm always watching.
Some great reviews. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to rate, like, and subscribe to CNET.
All the good things. But that is it for the show. If you want to send anybody the show, just send them to tomorrowdaily.com. It's the easiest way to find it.
Easier.
And then if you want to find us on Twitter, if you want to check out my dog's well-being, I'm sure I'll be posting updates of her in a cone for 2 weeks.
We wish her the best.
I have 2 dogs in cones right now. 2 dogs.
I've
got Puppy, who just got fixed, and I've got other Puppy who just had major surgery. So they're both in cones and miserable, and I'm sure I'm at home right now laughing at the fact that they are both in cones, like running into the walls. So, at this point in time, Tuesday, they should be not miserable enough to they can walk around and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
real dogs.
Yeah, they'll be real dogs as opposed to fake ones. Anyway, that's it for the show, guys. You can find me on social media at Ashley Esqueda.
And I'm at Kale Anonymous.
And that is it. We will be back tomorrow. Actually, Kale will be back tomorrow with the one and only Allison Rosen is going to be guest co-hosting.
New co-hosts.
Don't like her more than me. I'll be very sad. I'm just kidding. You can totally love Allison Rosen because she's awesome. And then also we're gonna have Kim Horcher from the Young Turks from Nerd Alert. She's gonna be coming over, and also we're gonna have other guests the week after that. So we'll get into that on Thursday. But anyway, that's it for the show, guys. Kale will be back tomorrow. Until then, be good humans. We'll see you next time. Bye.